Welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chelsea Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays, bringing you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interests. Thank you everyone for joining me. This morning has been super busy, so let's jump right into this week's headlines. The U.S. Treasury Department will actively support Iraq's economic development, according to Steve Lutz, Vice President of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The American delegation, including over 100 businesses, representatives from over 60 companies, is the largest delegation of business people visiting Iraq. The U.S. Treasury and Chamber of Commerce are fostering joint economic initiatives. Iraqi President Abraham al-Baghdadi praises the U.S. university in Iraq for revolutionizing the country's education system, citing recent reforms, including the launch of the Council of Private Sector Development chaired by the Iraqi Prime Minister. Speaking about the Prime Minister, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has confirmed that the country is a virgin land for investment opportunities in all sectors. The American Chamber of Commerce renewed the government's facilities and measures to enter businesses into Iraqi markets, highlighting the country's wide and diverse markets for various products, such as goods and services. Al-Sudani emphasizes the importance of bilateral relations with the United States and Iraq's diplomatic models in the region. He emphasizes that Iraq's political, security, social and economic stability, and unprecedented developments, renaissances, skilled workforces, and promising competency in various fields. The government has worked to improve the business environment, reform laws, and develop a package of laws that encourage foreign investments. Iraq is also one of the top 10 countries with natural gas stocks, but has been criticized for the negative portrayal of their country. And the State Department spokesman, Tammy Bruce, has urged Kurdistan 24 to resume Kurds oil exports, which have been suspended since March 2023 due to an International Chamber of Commerce ruling. Bruce emphasizes the need for government of Iraq and the potential parties to agree to restart the Iraqi-Turkey pipeline operations. This comes after the Association of Petroleum Industry of the Kurdistan, APIKUR, complained that Baghdad unilaterally reneged on the terms of the contract governing Kurdistan oil exports. Bruce also emphasized the harm Iraq is doing to itself by its failure to restore the Kurdistan oil exports, starting that the pipeline closure stifles Iraq's economic development and threatens American energy jobs. And Rafidain Bank has launched the OBDX Online Banking Digital Experience, a new online service that has been successfully activated in several government agencies. The bank strategy aims to provide a safe banking environment and comply with international standards to combat money laundering and terrorist financing. The OBDX service allows government entities to access their accounts and conduct banking operations easily and safely online, speeding up operations and reducing reliance on paper procedures. The services offer advantages such as superior security, global compliance, accessibility, and increased efficiency, reducing traditional procedures while respecting global financial laws and policies. Iraq's Prime Minister Mauser Mohammad Shaleh has confirmed that the frequent use of digital payment systems allows citizens to borrow at a lower cost, including 95 out of 100 trillion dinars kept inside the banking system. This is in line with the government and the central bank's goal to integrate home bonding funds into the banking system, contributing to the national economy's strength and financial stability. The Monetary Authority has prepared registration controls and procedures to practice e-commerce, enhancing customer confidence. The government and the central banks are launching digital transformation projects such as the instant payment, local cards, and unified payment gateway to promote financial inclusion and facilitate digital banking operations. Saleh also highlighted the dangers of parallel markets for mirroring dealing and with money trading or loading outside the banking system, which can be dangerous and costly. Speaking about the Central Bank of Iraq, the CBI has announced a set of reforms to overhaul the country's private banking sector. The initiatives, developed in collaboration with the private banks, the Iraqi government, and consultancy firm Oliver Wyman, aims to expand access to financial services, improve operation efficiency, and strengthen risk management. The plan includes modernizing payment infrastructure, promoting financial literacy, and enhancing anti-money laundering and counterterrorism efforts. efforts. Implementing will begin in the early 2026 with active stakeholders' involvement. Speaking about Oliver Wyman, the Central Bank of Iraq is planning to create a digital currency to replace paper notes in transactions with the central bank, aiming to establish an advanced economy and increase funding and artificial intelligence research and development. The CBI is collaborating with Oliver Wyman to implement the banking sector reform strategy, as mentioned before, aiming to make the private banking industry robust, innovative, and expansion-oriented. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia Sudani has pledged support for local and international efforts to reform and develop the country's banking sector. He highlighted the processes of tax reform, customs automations, and state-owned bank restructuring as a positive step for development and reducing dependency on oil exports. Iraq's financial inclusion rate has risen to over 40% thanks to the Central Bank of Iraq. And Atwan al-Atwani, head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, confirms the launch of banking reform plans and the beginning of Iraq's economy reforms. He emphasizes the importance of the banking sector for economic development and calls for diversity revenue sources and regulating external transfers with international banks. There's a lot going on there this week. Finance Minister Taif Sami reaffirms Iraq's commitment to deepening economic partnerships and financial priority development projects. Speaking at the annual meeting of the Arab financial institutions in Kuwait, Sami emphasizes the importance of regional financial cooperation, investment integration, and experience sharing. Iraq's participation underscores its push to modernize domestic financial policy and attract Arab investments. Key meeting covered initiatives to boost financial performances, development funding, and entrepreneurship across the region. And the Sudanese Prime Minister Mohammed Shia Sudani met with JPMorgan Bank delegations to discuss strengthening cooperations in financial and banking fields. The meeting focused on enhancing cooperation, financing investment projects, and securing credit and financial transfers. Al-Sudani emphasizes the importance of expanding partnership areas between Iraqi banks and JPMorgan Bank, while the bank expressed readiness to increase cooperation by expanding correspondent accounts and financial investment projects directly and through partnership financial institutions. Iraq seems to be down to business. Iraqi Speaker Mohammed al-Mashhanani met with the largest American trade mission, emphasizing the importance of investment in strategic agriculture, industrial, and health sectors. The Iraqi House of Representatives has legislated investment laws that protect investors' rights and promote transparency. Al-Mashhanani emphasizes the need to activate investment in sectors related to Iraqi citizen life, such as environmental, education, and health. The Iraqi parliament supports signing bilateral agreements with friendly countries, which contributes to revolutionizing the economy, attracting foreign investments, and creating new job opportunities. The U.S. trade delegation, led by Lotus Steve, highlighted Iraq as an promising market for investment, with the focus on creating job opportunities for Iraqi youth and contributing to infrastructure development. This meeting aligns with Iraq's orientation towards supporting economic openness and expanding investment relations with international partners. And you've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chelsea Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news on reforms and economics of Iraq, bringing you all the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. We're here on YouTube every Friday, so don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. If you really like our content, you can always seed us a super chat or a super thanks in the comment section below. We wanted to have a little fun with our viewers this week, so we asked YouTube, what's the most important factor shaping Iraq's economic future right now? Was it 1, oil export agreements, 2, banking reforms and digital payments, 3, budget laws and fiscal policy, 4, foreign reserves and gold holdings, and 5, international trade and business delegations? YouTube poll thought it was banking reforms and digital payments with 65%. We wanted to elaborate on each one. 1, oil agreements. Top priority is oil is Iraq's lifeline. Without stable export routes, especially through Turkey, everything else is at risk. This directly funds the budget, public service, and national operations. Let's talk about 2, the budget law and fiscal policy management. The oil money is just as important. Fair distribution and responsible spending builds internal stability and helps solve disputes between Baghdad and the Kurdistan. 3, banking reforms and digital payments. Modern banking is Iraq's future. Reforms boost trust, investment, and transparency, setting the foundation for more stable private sector and diversified economies. 4, foreign reserves and gold holdings. These acts as Iraq's economic safety net. This supports the dinar, guards against inflation, and shows strength through global markets. And 5, international trade and business delegations. Well, opening the door to world takes time, but it's essential for long-term growth and moving beyond oil dependency. And that's all we have for this week's newsroom. I'll see you guys next week. Have a fabulous weekend. Take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chelsea Smith, Entertainment